Kwanzaa is a sacred 7-day celebration honoring African heritage, culture, and community. Observed from December 26th to January 1st, it is guided by the Nguzo Saba, 7 principles that call us to unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. This Kwanzaa, we're inviting you into the conversations we've been having at TAIBU Community Health Centre about what it truly means to care for one another. Today we celebrate Umoja, the first day of Kwanzaa, the Kiswahili word for unity. Umoja means to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. For almost 18 years, TAIBU has practiced unity as an action, not just a value. We show up for Black communities with care, rooted in culture, history, and love, because our wellness has always been collective. Here is some of what we've been talking about.
Nguzo Sabo isn't something that's just seen on a piece of paper or written on the doors when the community comes in here. You actually have to live, eat, and breathe it and demonstrate to others what that looks like. You're coming in for a service, we're giving that service. So how are you going to, when you leave these doors at TAIBU, what are you going to bring forward? And so that's how you take care of each other as a community. You've received, and now you're just going to be giving it back into the community.
Yeah, that reciprocity, but not necessarily to the person who gave to you, but to the wider community, absolutely.
And maybe also I would like to think, and maybe we have indicators that shows or demonstrate this, but when people come here, particularly in the different programs that they're participating, not so much the one-on-one, hopefully that is also an environment that we want to create. When they're here, they feel this is a family, this is a community, and so that unity in doing things together, in sharing space, in addressing solutions together. I think that's also something that we see when people are here, for programs and coming together, and the way they interact with each other too. Right? They're not just clients. Coming in individually, they are it feels like a community coming together and doing things together, right? So I think that's also how we are trying to kind of create that space of unity among the different programs and different age groups and stuff like that. Yeah.
For me, what grounds me is community. So it could be my own community, it could be the community at TAIBU, so like thinking about the seniors that we serve and what their different needs are, the funny anecdotes they tell me, and it could be my friends and family, just kind of grounding myself to remind myself of why we're doing what we're doing.
For me, it's definitely family, but family's it's big for me. I have different levels of family. So definitely my family at home, my mother, and then I have my rites of passage family, and then I have my ancestors, when I have my altar at home, and I just pour libations every morning, set the day. I start the day with my libations, and I just invoke any of my ancestors to carry me out the day. And even if I've had a rough day, again, I go back to the altar and just remember the ancestors and be inspired by them. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think for me it would say family too. Yeah, family, very grounding. It's always been a grounding factor for me, no matter where I've lived across this North America. And I'll probably dive in a bit more and say my mother, because my mother and I have I think they always say the oldest son and the mother have this sort of connection. But I think with my mother and I, we have this connection because we spent 3 or 4 years, was just me before any of my siblings came along. So when I'm really kind of, and she's also done this work, so when I need a little bit of pick the brain, trying to help me sort of navigate, she's like a great go-to and just have a conversation about life. And it doesn't even sometimes have to be directly about the work, it's just gonna be indirectly, but she's really good at helping sort of ground me and keep me on that even keel.
She's a social worker, right?
Yeah, she's a social worker.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right in her footsteps.
Yeah.
In my community, unity is really kind of a challenge. When we talk about unity within the kind of Nguzo Saba principles, is about the unity of family, the unity of community, right?
Unity of the races.
The races and the nations and stuff. So right now we are seeing a lot of challenges within families that are going through some challenges, whether it is the own family situation, but also particularly with their children and youth that are going through challenges. And so it is really threatening the unity of the family and so the unity of the community. So that's where we are, and we're trying to do some work in the community, and it's quite challenging, but I think thinking about we need to restore the unity of the family, and through that the unity of the community coming together. That's the kind of space that we are in from. It's quite challenging.
Yeah, I think in addition to restoring unity, we're also kind of redefining unity, because I feel like technology and the generations have changed so much that the way that we communicate, the way that we see each other or don't see each other, how connected we are to back home versus not connected. I think community values are being redeveloped and redefined, and that means unity is also being redefined in these little pockets. So it's really interesting to learn from the community how they are navigating it within their own small circles and trying to assess how we can support that.
At TAIBU, the Nguzo Saba is not symbolic, it's foundational. It guides how we deliver care, build trust, create systems that honor dignity, resilience, and collective well-being. Kwanzaa reminds us that healing is not done alone, it is done together. When you commit to $18 a month to commemorate the 18 years TAIBU has been in service, you're investing in community care, cultural preservation, and a future where our people are supported, seen, and thriving. Join us in sustaining this legacy of care. Visit www.taibuchc.ca/donation and give today. Thank you.